I've seen a lot of videos of the black community keep on posting that original Native Americans were black. That's not true, as you can see right here. All natives are not citizens of the United States. The descendants of the Aborigines and those of African origins are not entitled to the rights of the citizens. You see, so they're two separate categories. So us Hebrews, the Haikus, we came into this land, the land of Canaan, and we were strangers in a strange land. And then in the reading of Joshua, it tells you how we fought the Canaanites and took possession of Canaan. But then we broke covenant and we became what? Bond servants. So we're under bondage still, under this system that they gave us with the Social Security and birth certificate. So that's the old system, but because the 400 years is up and this system is about to crash, they are trying to get us into the new system, the new Babylonian slave system. So everything that happens in London happens here because we're still colony under London. And they test everything in China first because all that territory is Eurasia, Europe and Asia. So whatever happens in China and in London eventually happens throughout the world. District of Columbia is the three cities that run the world. Columbia after the goddess. So that is London, Washington, D.C., and Rome. So that system is about to crash, right? That's in the East Coast. That is that area where the 13 colonies were formed. Okay, so see the reading in Zechariah, when he comes to gather his people, it tells you that he will gather us and bring us back to Yasharel, when I show you where that's at, because that's in the area of the Four Corners by Utah, because the holy mountain, Mount Zion, is in Utah. And I will bring them back from Egypt and Assyria. So that is where the District of Columbia is set up right now, on the East Coast.
Notice the red CUSIP numbers on the bottom?
Look at this.
CUSIP is the acronym for Committee on Uniform Security Identification Procedures, a committee of the American Bankers Association. A CUSIP number is used to identify a financial asset or bond. This bond is a security note on the New York Stock Exchange. Why? Because you are worth money to the international bank that bought your identity during the bankruptcy of America in 1933.
For real? Crazy.
The birth certificate became the identification of the monetization of the spirit and body of a living human being. With the existence of the birth certificate, your straw man was born. The artificial, legal, on paper you. And this artificial you represents the debt America will never be able to pay off. In 1913, the Federal Reserve Act was signed into law by Woodrow Wilson. And prior to that, Americans owned property free and clear of mortgages or taxes. The Federal Reserve is a maritime lender, operating on interest and taxes. When the United States went bankrupt in 1933, the international bankers swooped in, and the United States government pledged to sell everyone out by leveraging our future earnings, labor, and assets as collateral to back all of the money the government borrowed. As an added bonus, our government also pledged our federal territories, national parks, and nonprofit organizations. And because of this power play by the international bankers in 1933, London still runs and owns the United States. Until the Federal Reserve is completely abolished and we return to the gold standard, the The United States is 100% controlled. Do not fool yourself to think otherwise. So back to the straw man.
Heard that what she said?
The straw man is your legal persona. It is the name on your birth certificate displayed in all capital letters. Capital equals money. Your marriage license, your car title, your health insurance, the list goes on. Your straw man exists to confuse you into thinking that you actually own everything you buy. The straw man is the artificial you, and if the artificial you fails to make a payment, the powers that be can take your car, shut off your energy, your cable, turn off your water, and even take your child away. When your child is born, the minute you sign their birth certificate, they become a ward of the state. And if you don't follow their rules, the state can come and take your child.
Yeah, we all remember these silly childish pens. Blue is for contract law. Green is acting as postmaster when you sign across a stamp to cancel it. Black is for corporate law. And red is oaths or affirmations. When you're signing as a sovereign, you should get purple ink.
Today, I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Well, you just heard it straight from the horse's mouth. This has been a part of the globalist parasites plan for the longest time. Digital ID, the chip that you're going to get in your hand to pay for things, is the mark of the beast as spoken about in the book of Revelations. You guys notice he said we're going to give you a free digital ID. If something is free in this world, then you are the product. Think of what was happening in 2020 with all this stuff, guys. Think about that. If you just blindly accept these things, then you are blindly accepting slavery straight up. I do have a lot of hopes that humanity is going to stand up and not accept this shit, because we can't. So the time is now to come together.
Today that my administration will lead an international effort to enforce biological weapons convention, which is going to be meeting with the top leaders of the world by pioneering an AI verification system that everyone can trust. Hopefully the UN can play a constructive role, and it will also be one of the early projects under AI. Let's see how good it is, because a lot of people are saying it could be one of the great things ever, but it also can be dangerous, but it can be put to tremendous use and tremendous good, and this would be an example of that.
Décennies qu'ils avaient planifié la mort de Charlie. Regardez Snake Eyes de 98. Il commence par un match de boxe le 10 septembre, même date que l'exécution de Charlie. Le boxeur s'appelle Tyler l'exécuteur, même prénom que le suspect. Et le match est truqué. Un spectateur lui fait un signal pour déclencher l'action. Ce qu'on a vu pendant le discours de Kirk. La cible est touchée à la gorge et elle s'appelle Charles Kirkland. Même prénom et nom de famille. Donc à ce stade, le mot coïncidence, c'est plus une option. Il mentionne aussi une tempête. Et 2 jours avant la mort de Kirk, le magazine Jezebel publie une attaque pour maudire ce misogyne. Le film a été tourné au Trump Taj Mahal. Et dans le script, le financier de l'opération fait référence à Trump. Il possède la reine et fabrique un bouc émissaire terroriste pour se couvrir. Qui hypnotise la foule pour annoncer la nouvelle. Qui transforme les funérailles en rallye MAGA. Le sacrifice devient une renaissance politique pour pousser des nouvelles lois anti-crime avec l'IA.
Law enforcement can only be the beginning of our response to Charlie's murder by pioneering an AI verification system.
Et tout ça dans un stade en forme de serpent, comme le titre Snake Eyes, avec le slogan « Croyez tout sauf vos yeux ». C'est ironique, non? Quand on voit Trump et Musk faire le même signe de main maçonnique que sur l'affiche.
The government plans to introduce a mandatory digital ID card Is it the answer to the migration crisis? Do the public support it? The so-called Brit card would be used as proof of someone's right to live and work in the UK, but will it also open up old wounds around civil liberties and privacy?
We will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. For years, Congress has required biometric entry-exit visa tracking systems, but it has never been completed. The politicians are all talk, no action, never happens, never happens. Hillary Clinton, all talk. Unfortunately, when there is action, it's always the wrong decision. Do you ever notice? In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
Donc 1998, 9/11 et les deux tours en feu. Bien avant 2001, les films programmaient déjà le 11 septembre. Retour vers le futur, 9/11 avec mentionné tour jumelle. Et ensuite avec La route en feu, Indépendance Day 1996, 9/11, deux tours, explosion. Terminator 1984, attention 9/11. Fight Club, Les Simpsons, Cartoon Network ou Matrix avec le passeport de Neo. C'est de la magie psychique, des rituels codés qui s'impriment dans l'inconscient collectif. Blood on the Dance Floor 1997. Michael Jackson en rouge symbolise le sacrifice de masse. Et ses bras pointent vers le 9/11. New York, c'est la scène maçonnique. La statue de la liberté, c'est Lucifer qui observe. Et le sang est la clé qui ouvre le portail. Le 9 symbolise la fin d'un cycle. Et le 11 la renaissance. 9/11 ensemble représentent l'effondrement de l'ancien monde et l'invocation du nouvel ordre mondial. Les deux tours deviennent une. Dans Retour vers le futur, après l'attaque terroriste, il reste plus qu'une tour. Dans Apocalypse 9/11, on parle d'Abaddon, l'ange de l'abîme, Abaddon pour Donald, qui prolonge le rituel. Ses deux mandats 45-47, 4 plus 5 est égal à 9, 4 plus 7 égale 11. Et sa photo de profil, 9 étoiles, 2 barres. Les deux tours, c'était le début du rituel. La fin sera le système d'esclavage technocratique qu'ils mettent en place.
So the latest in this dystopian outrage that is now all of China apparently is I once again cannot buy food. A couple days ago, my uncle and my cousin helped me get a cell phone that is linked to a Chinese bank card so that I could buy anything. But now, apparently, it has been flagged for some reason, and I have to pass facial recognition identity verification, which is insane, because all I want to do is just spend my gift card balance on this debit card. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have to open my mouth. Oh my god. Terrifying. Oh. And of course, because it was my cousin who set this up for me, I did not pass verification. I guess it's a good thing that the Chinese